Hey, everybody. Before we get started and kick off the week, let's talk about my friends at Wilbur's Total Beverage here in Fort Collins, right off of College Avenue. This last week, they did something pretty amazing for hospice. They did something called Hamburgers for Hospice, where you could go into Wilbur's Total Beverage and actually right outside, they had a full setup where they were cooking hamburgers and brats. You make a donation, you get free food. And again, it's going to hospice. So they had a great event. It turned out wonderful. Thank you to everybody who stopped over there. And thank you to Wilbur's Total Beverage for hosting it. Now, so many reasons why I love Wilbur's. It's big, so it has a lot of different options for you. But when you go there, you're not going to get overwhelmed because everyone that works at Wilbur's, they know exactly what you need. So if you go in and you say, I'd like some sangria, they will point you in the direction, and then they will explain every type of sangria, what the different alcohol content is, flavors, bitterness, if it's sweet. They will give you exactly what your taste buds are looking for. So be sure to stop in there. I know I am this week. I'm going to be going because I'm having a sangria party, and I'm going to be taking a video from Wilbur's Total Beverage so you can see just how easy it is to whip up some crowd-pleasing drinks. Wilbur's Total Beverage, again, located in Fort Collins off of College Avenue. They are a proud sponsor of the podcast.
I'm going to say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
You sure you want it to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast. I'm Sadie. This is Ryan, and we are here to say happy Monday to you. If you're listening,
get after it.
If you're listening on a Monday.
If you're listening on a Monday.
Do you ever get a case of like this, what they call it, the Sunday scaries?
I used to, but I'm pretty over that now.
What makes you, why are you over it now?
I guess sometimes I realize that no matter how much I worried, it was always going to be okay.
Oh, that's very insightful of you.
I was just like, here's the deal. I'm going to do my best when the time comes. I saw this thing Bill Burr was saying one time, and I love Bill Burr. I think he's so insightful. But he was like, I'll paraphrase, why are you going to worry? What are you going to worry about, right? You're just going to be stuck in that cycle. Or when something bad, and then 90% of the time it's not going to happen. And then 10% of the time when it happens, you just figure it out then.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Why worry? Why have the
That's
Sunday
really
scaries?
true.
I'll get into it and it'll be fine. Yeah.
A little bit of wisdom on this Monday for you.
I do what I can.
Well, the big thing that came out this past weekend we got to talk about is Happy Gilmore 2 came out.
So I'm of a certain generation where we are both, because we're very close in age, where the amount of people that I've talked to this week that are over the moon excited to watch Happy Gilmore 2, it's like unanimous. Everyone wants to watch it.
And this is... and I feel bad because I didn't realize this was a show that we are supposed to watch together.
Yeah.
So I started watching it on my own, and you got mad at me. Then come to find out you started watching it on your own.
Well, when I was working out, yeah.
It doesn't matter what you were doing, but how could you get mad at me when you did it first?
I don't know. Isn't that the son of a bitch of marriage?
It really, really is. So I did watch it. I thought it was good overall. I don't think it's...
Did you finish it?
Yeah. I don't think it's as good as the original, but
No.
I thought it was pretty good. It had so many cameos that it was almost distracting to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Like Eminem makes an appearance. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And you know what? I love Eminem, but it was just
he's
too
very
much.
likable.
Like in the first movie, you had obviously Bob Barker. That was the big like, oh my God, it's Bob Barker. And in this one, they're kind of just cramming people down your throat.
They are a little bit, but here's the deal. I love Adam Sandler.
Him.
I'm excited to see what Happy Gilmore is doing.
I hope it's doing well. It says it's the number one movie.
You know who was in there who I loved, just sprinkled throughout, was John Daly.
Oh my God. He was so good.
He was so good.
And that was a cameo that could have gone either way. It could have been like so tragic.
When he was doing math.
Okay, for people that don't know it, we're not going to go too deep
Yeah.
into like the inside jokes because I hate it when people do that. And I'm looking around going like, what are you guys talking about? But John Daly is in it and he aces it.
He does.
He does.
He's so good.
So good. So that came out this past weekend. And then what else did we do other than watch Happy Gilmore 2?
Our life surrounds a core unit of 8-year-old girls where we went to birthday parties.
We did. We had birthday parties
Mhm.
and that was really, really fun.
Yeah.
Next Friday, I'm actually throwing some. Now, this is kind of the funny story of it. If this is funny, I'm throwing a sangria party. And so I sent all these moms a message saying
Yeah.
sangria party.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like the moms will cut loose. We don't worry about the kids for a while.
But you had a fatal flaw.
I
in
had
your
a
text.
fatal text flaw, which is fine. I don't care. But where I didn't say just you,
Just the
I
moms.
should have said mom sangria part just for moms.
Yeah.
Because everyone is like, oh, our kids are coming and that's great. I love all the kids, but it's going to be a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Because we're all going to be worried about what's going on with all the kids.
Well, because we have with that group, we're going to have 25 kids.
Literally with siblings. That's how many kids.
Yeah. And it's just going to be like elbows and knockdowns.
It's going to be like,
and
take
yeah.
a drink. No, Johnny, put that down.
Yeah.
Take another drink. Start a conversation. Nope. Hang on a second.
But let me tell you, man, it's a fun group. It's a fun
It is
group.
a fun group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that. We had a birthday party. We're going to host something next week. Can we talk about, though, real quick? I have a text thread of the entire team, and it's a lot of moms on the team because it's a lot of girl sports. So moms, of course, just jump in on those. And I use it for a lot of updates. We're practicing here. We're doing this game. Reminder to do this. And I typically get a lot of thumbs ups or hearts on my text messages.
Oh, you do. Yeah. It's
Right?
really funny.
It's just like a bing, bing, oh, thank you, Ryan.
Just
whatever.
kind of an acknowledgement. Those are meant to just be
I see you.
I see what you're saying. I'm
I
not
see
going to
you.
respond, but I get what you're saying.
You jump into my text thread for the team.
I did.
And you go, hey, everybody, I'm going to host a sangria party. And the ferocity of people that texted and had so much engagement, like, oh, what? Sangria? We're down. What time? When? What can I bring? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
There's like 15 texts.
Oh my
All
God.
that. And I was kind of offended.
Because I took your thunder.
You jumped into my team
Well, your
text
texts
thread.
aren't as exciting as a
They're not.
sangria party.
So now every time I send out a message, I throw in some sort of booze at the end. I'm like, and also
and it
sangria.
really perks people up.
And it does.
You know what? When you have children of this age or younger, you need a sangria night every now and again.
Mhm.
And I'm excited. I'm going to actually go this week. You hear me talking about Wilbur's Total Beverage. I'm going to be heading over to Wilbur's. I'm first going to go on to Pinterest, even though I know I can go to Wilbur's and I can say, give me some sangria, and there'll be like 1,000 different options. But I'm going to go and try to find some interesting different kinds of recipes, and I'm going to be throwing that stuff together. So this week, I'm going to be heading over to Wilbur's Total Beverage in Fort Collins. Just a little plug right there. That's the honest truth. I'm excited to go in and plan for this little party that we're having. That's going to end up being done by 6 p.m. because everybody's got to get home. But you know what? In a way, I love that. Another thing that we did this weekend was we had 3 couples over to have dinner, and we all have children. And it was by like 7 p.m. They were like, well, we got to head on out now. That was so great. I would so much rather do something at like 4 p.m. and then have it wrapped up by 7, because that was nice. You know what I did? I went and I sat on the back patio and I read my book, which I want to talk about this book that I'm reading because I think it's fascinating, but it was nice. It was kind of low pressure. I guess we're used to having get-togethers where there's always a scraggler until like 1 o'clock in the morning that wants to be drunk and just talk and talk and talk and talk. And I usually just go upstairs and leave Ryan with that person. And so this was very refreshing.
Yeah, they got him and went.
Yeah. Okay. So about this book I'm reading, this is a horrible story, but I am so fascinated by this book. It's called The Idaho 4, and it's by John Patterson.
Is this about the 4 people who died?
It's about the 4 teenagers.
So it is a nonfiction.
Yes. And they have like thousands of different interviews, and they have news reports, and they talk to the sheriffs, and they did all the heavy lifting, and then they pieced together what happened on that night. And it is shocking. It's so upsetting, but it makes me think about this is like a horror movie. You know what I mean? Like in horror movies, a killer killer goes in and kills everybody. And then everyone in town is like, is the killer going to come back? And that's literally what happened in Idaho. And if you're a reader,
How long?
read this book. If you are not a reader, listen to the audio of this book. It's so good.
So this happened recently, obviously. Like
Yeah. And the
last
book
couple
was
years.
just released, I think, a week ago.
Okay. So last couple of years, killed them in their sleep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then they didn't know who it was because it was random. How long was he like on the run? How long before?
It wasn't long because he left when he was doing the killings. He left a knife sheath. So like a knife holder.
Okay.
He left that under one of the bodies.
Oh, wow.
Which is really dumb. And what's crazy.
So was it like that days?
It wasn't
week?
that day. It was a while before they found him. Not a long while, but I think it was a couple weeks that they were narrowing it down. But he was going to school and he was doing really well in school. He was part of these elite programs and he was going to school for forensics. So I think it's interesting that his name is Brian Koberger, I think his name is. I don't know. I'm reading the book, but it escapes me. But he's in school and he's learning about all these different serial killers and he's taking that and he's using it in his own stuff. But what the book also gets into is it tells the backstory of each one of these kids. Cause I think it's so easy to look at them and think, oh, those kids got murdered. You don't think that they had a life and they had family and friends. And he was just sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. I don't know if I'm just old fashioned, but I say you take him out and you kill him. And that's the end of it.
I did see one of the sisters of the person who got killed. So her sister.
Yes.
Did you see her?
I did.
So after they're convicted, the family gets up and has a chance to speak to them.
Yes.
I don't know what that's called.
They get to give a victim statement.
Okay. Oh my God. Did you see that? That's, I think, how I would act on something like that. I see people where, again, best version of themselves for like, I forgive you and da, 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 da. And I'm like, nope. I don't know if I can make it to that far. You know what I mean? On something like that. I think that's how I would act.
It's just such an odd crime of how he did it. He left 2 of the girls in the house and didn't touch them, didn't bother them. One of them actually saw him and they locked eyes with each other and he just walked out. I mean, could you imagine being a survivor and knowing
the survivor's guilt that you would have on
the survivor's guilt that you would have? Imagine being a parent and thinking that could have been my child, that guilt that you would maybe carry about it. But it's incredibly fascinating. And the book, again, is called The Idaho 4. It's by James Patterson. And it's really, really, it gets in depth in their lives and their families. And it gets in depth in their college life and what they wanted to be. Because again, I think it is so easy to just see the picture and go, oh yeah, those
is the book about just what happened?
The book is about what happened, but it's broken down really well.
Okay.
Like it talks about where this Brian Koberger, am I saying his name wrong? I don't know. But they talk about how he hated women. Which is a huge serial killer thing.
Okay.
A lot of serial killers dislike their moms, but he hated women. And so it talks a lot about that. He idolized. There was a man that a couple years before this happened, he went to his college campus and he killed a bunch of people because none of the women would have sex with him or be his friend or talk to him. And he just got more and more and more angry.
Yep.
And they said that this Brian guy really looked up to him and was like, yeah, he showed them and I'm going to. So he took a lot of cues from that guy.
Okay.
And anyway, it's really interesting. It's really tragic. It's called The Idaho 4.
Okay. Yeah, I know you said
I thought you were making fun of me because I've said it like 10 times.
Just making sure.
No, it's really, really good.
Okay,
though.
fair enough. Hey, can we transition to something that's not amazingly depressing like you have a tendency to do?
I'm on fire lately.
Because I had a couple things. One was depressing, one wasn't. So I've talked about this guy before a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
His name is David Sinclair, and he's a professor at Harvard.
Okay.
Do you know what he does?
David Sinclair. No.
Yes. So David Sinclair is a professor at Harvard who is interested in extending lifespan.
Oh, right. You were talking about this.
And not only extending lifespan, reversing age.
Okay.
So every once in a while, I check in on kind of what he's doing and whatnot. And we have like all this AI stuff that's going on where healthcare is going to be hopefully a big benefit of AI.
Mm-hmm.
Through a lot of the research that's been done, from AI, it's accelerated his research.
Right.
And someone was talking about when will aging be reversible in humans? And he chimed in, successful non-human primate trials have happened.
What?
Human age reversal trials are set to begin in 6 months.
Stop it. How is he going about this? Is it drugs? Is it what? How do they
I don't
do
know,
it?
but I'm about to get knee deep into this.
I don't know why you want to live forever. I really don't understand that logic because you're going to watch everyone you love around you die.
No, it's
if
not
I've
me.
learned anything
It's
from
not-
vampire movies, it's a very lonely life.
Yeah, sure. But I'm not looking to be, Twilight here.
Okay.
People that you love can also do this.
What do you think the optimum age is to die?
To die?
To
We talked
die.
about that. I don't know. 120.
That's too old.
I don't know.
I don't want
wanna
my
see so
body to
much.
give out before
But
my mind
that's
does.
but that's the point.
Mhm.
Is you can reverse things so you're living to see all these things.
I have really shitty news for you.
What?
By the time they get this all finalized, we're going to be dead. We're
I
going to
don't think
miss
so.
the boat.
It's accelerating. So there's a part in here, and one of the threads that he was chiming in on is talking about how AI is now a research biological loop. So it's spinning faster and faster and faster, essentially pumping out research on how to do X, Y, and Z from a medical standpoint. And so that's the thing that's accelerating his research so much. We might have human age reversals, at least trials are happening within 6 months. And he said that successful non-human primate trials have succeeded.
Successful so they're testing it on monkeys and it's working.
Whatever you take non-human primate trials to be.
Well, non-human and a primate is a monkey, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know that, so I'm going to say sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
But how it doesn't explain how it's happening. Like, is it a drug they've invented?
Don't know, but I'm going to look at it. But doesn't that kind of excite you a little bit?
No, not at all.
It kind
I
of
feel like
excites
by
me.
the time I'm like 75, I'm going to be done. I'm going to be ready to tap out. I really am. I know that you.
That's your dad's age.
I
and your
know.
mom's
I
age.
know. And you know what? I don't know. I just feel like by the age of 75, but then again, if I'm feeling good, if I'm active, if I'm still doing like yoga and stuff, then maybe I get to 75 and be like, oh, damn, I spoke too soon. Let's keep rolling.
I don't think there's any 75-year-olds who are all like, who are not fighting some sort of disease. It's like, nah, well, I've had a good run. I'm out. They're all like, well, I want this. I want that.
I don't know. I've met old people who are ready to check
We
out of the
literally
hotel.
sat down with your parents this last week. One of them was 75, one of which is 72. And they were talking about how they're looking forward to this, and this over the next 2 decades.
No, my mom was saying we're going to die. She said we're going to die. And so we need to do all this stuff before we die.
No.
And it wasn't like skydiving. It was like, we got to put this in a trust so the government doesn't get it.
But no, she was putting a decade on it. She was saying your dad who's 75, he's not going to want to do that when he's 85. He's not going to want to do that. So we had
she didn't. Let me correct you again. Didn't say he's not going to want to do it. She said we're going to be dead, or he's not going to be able to do it. That's what he said. My mom is a ray of sunshine, which is why I guess always bring sad stuff to the table. But
yeah,
I distinctly remember her starting the conversation as, we're going to be dead in 10 years. And then she continues on. She does it all the time.
But all right, that's a really good example right there of why you would want to do something like this, in my opinion. Okay. Your mom is 72.
Yes.
Talking about, I'll be dead in 10 years. Okay. She's going to be 82. Okay. Now we have an 8-year-old daughter. Okay. In 10 years, she's going to be 18. Wouldn't you want 10 or 15 more years or whatever you can get of interaction between your mother and your daughter?
Well, I mean, of course, anybody would want that.
That's my point.
That's where your excitement lies.
Yeah, you get to do that. You get to hang out with your family a little bit longer until you don't want to.
But I'm also a pessimist where I'm like, say they crack the code. How long is it going to take to trickle down to us normal folk? I
don't know. Ozempic got pretty normal pretty quick.
Ooh, damn, you're right. But we don't really know the side effects of Ozempic.
They know a lot of the side effects.
Listen, they're not going to release a forever living pill because
it's not forever living pill.
okay. They're not going to release
Although
this.
that's what this should be the title. I'm going to send that in to be trademarked to Mr. Sinclair, Professor Sinclair. If I'll put this out in the world, Professor Sinclair, that it is now going to be called the Forever Living Pill. Is that what you call it?
Forever Living Pill.
There we go.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, if that were to be invented, some fountain of youth that would take you backwards, it's going to go to the rich and famous and the politicians first. And one day it will get to us. But again, I hate to say it.
Who's the person you wouldn't want to have that right now?
That I wouldn't want to live forever? This
Well-
stupid Brian Koberger asshole.
Oh, yeah.
And not to
Could
go
you
back.
imagine if this came out like 5 years ago when O.J. Simpson got it, how mad you'd
Oh, the anger. No, that would really piss me off terribly.
Sure.
But I don't know. That would be harsh of me to say, oh, I know people I wouldn't want to live a long life.
be? No, I'm saying like,
But I would say
The
that
juice.
Brian guy,
Yeah.
he sucks.
but that's my point of it is take your mom, who's again, the ray of sunshine talking about death. Can you give her and say, you know what? I don't want to live forever, but maybe I'll tack on another 15 or 20 years when I'm this age, whatever it may be.
Would she take it?
Just to be able to hang out with your grandkids and watch them grow up.
I don't want to pop your bubble here, but are you forgetting who you're talking to? She's like, screw this place. You're all screwed. She tells us very regularly, oh, you're all in trouble. You're screwed. We're going to be dead. But, you're all screwed the way our country's going. I mean, like, I think that they're at any time ready to exit the situation because they are religious people. They believe in God. They believe in heaven. So my parents don't necessarily have a super fear of death. They're kind of at the age where like, listen, it's
All right, what about you
inevitable.
then?
Do I have a fear every day?
What about you? Because you do have a fear of it. So let's take it to a place where your grandkids are 15.
Okay.
Do you want to see them till they're 30?
How close are we?
Let's put it in the same scenario.
I'm totally kidding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how close in age. I thought you.
No, I'm talking about like,
very funny.
Do I like them or could I give or take?
All right. So they have kids. You're 72. Their kid is 10. Wouldn't you want to like just get some more time with them?
Of course I would. Yeah.
That's
but
what
I
it's
also,
about.
I'm curious to see how it all shakes out with how you would feel physically doing that. Do you
Okay.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because, okay, so does that mean you're at the age of 75? You've got the aches and the pains and your back hurts and
We should totally have him on. I'm going to reach
Okay.
out to him.
okay, definitely reach out to him. That would be great.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I'll just call him and talk to him then.
would
You'd
you,
hate talking to
if
him.
you're 75 years old and you have all the aches and pains of a 75-year-old, does that mean you take a pill and then it just stops your aging?
It doesn't stop it. It reverses it.
I just
Biologically,
find
you
that
start reversing
so hard
it.
to believe.
It's happening. Like,
And I think they're never going to allow that to happen because the earth is already so overpopulated. They need people check it out.
number one, the earth is not overpopulated. It is becoming more populated until the last 10 years.
And then we're going to add on
No.
a live forever pill.
No, the last 10 years. So people have been having kids at a slower rate. So we're actually we'll be on a decline here soon for population.
I actually did read that people are having less children for many reasons. If you think about it, I think of like my grandparents, but you used to have a lot of kids because you had to have them work and do stuff for you. And now I'm like, look at this. Murphy's like, I want to play Roblox. She should be out hoeing a field.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever hoe a field there, Sadie?
Well, again, I wasn't in that generation of things, but I'm just saying that people are having less and less. You're not looking to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. People also, I think things are so incredibly expensive. I mean, look at how much daycare costs.
I think that's the thing.
People.
That's the thing that's really holding people back from having kids.
I do too. I think the money.
Money. Because you used to be able to have one parent work.
Yeah.
One parent stay home, have an average job,
Yeah.
get a house, do all the stuff, right?
Right.
Forget that. Now you have to have two working people to do anything,
Yeah, that's really true.
right?
Yeah, but okay, that is true. Or is it? What if you just didn't live a luxurious lifestyle?
But what's luxurious life? I'm talking about average house. To get an average house.
Around here, it's ridiculous.
In most places, it's becoming ridiculous.
You got
$400,000 or $500,000.
Listen to us. We sound so old.
No, it's not old. I'm just telling you the reason that why people are having less and less kids. Because we think about our oldest, Matt and Sophie, right? They're
Yeah.
together. At some point, I'm sure they'll think about having those kind of conversations, and they're going to need 2 incomes.
It's true.
And
yeah.
then and then the daycare conversation,
And they have to save money for those Live Forever pills.
Live Forever pills.
Good Lord, the future's weird.
But that's what I'm saying is it's a little bit of a decline. And I'm not saying it's a Live Forever pill. I'm saying, what if you could get a little bit of extra time with your loved ones and feel better when you're doing it?
Do you think, though, Ryan?
What?
Do you think that there is a higher plan? You can take a Live Forever pill,
Okay.
and then you could get hit by a bus. Don't you think when it's your time, it's your time?
No.
You don't believe in that
No,
at all?
I don't.
Like there's
Not
a
at all.
big plan?
No.
I think I do believe that.
Mm-mm.
I do believe in that. No?
I think that's,
Wow, we're really different.
we are.
Thanks so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, unless you're listening on another day. And we will be back tomorrow to talk all things Tuesday, including
Live Forever pills. We're going to talk about more.
No,
of those?
we've already moved on from Live Forever pills, but I want to talk about this new AI app where you literally just point your phone at food, and it'll tell you a rundown of how much. Yes, you don't even need like a label or anything. You
I like that.
take a picture of the lasagna on your plate and it will give you, oh my God, we're going to talk about that. The complete nutrition. Oh my gosh, it's so interesting. That's it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. All right, guys, I want to tell you about the wonderful folks at Garage Door Service and Sales. Maybe you don't want a brand new garage door right now. Maybe that's not even on your radar, but guess what? One day you will. You'll look at your garage door and you'll be like, this tinny piece of shit, I'm ready to get rid of it and toss it out. I want something shiny and new, or maybe matte black. Oh my God, it's my dream garage door. When we get ready to make the leap, we are definitely going to call my friends at Garage Door Service and Sales, because Patrice is the owner and her family has owned this business for over 6 decades. Really think about it. 6 decades. It's such a long time. You don't stay in business that long if you're not doing a really wonderful job. But why not go and check it out yourself? Go on to Google reviews and see all the wonderful things that people have to say about Garage Door Service and Sales. So if you want something brand new, or if you maybe just need something small fixed, maybe your garage door's making a rattling sound and it's just driving everyone in the house crazy. Don't worry, you can give them a call. They'll come out, they'll fix, they'll install, they'll repair, which is the same as fixing. So I'm just going in circles. GarageDoorServiceandSales.com. Garage Door Service and Sales is a proud sponsor of the podcast.